Thank you. I'm very, very, very excited to introduce Sheila. I'm not even going to attempt your last name. I don't want to insult you, so I will let you when you introduce yourself. Um, I am so excited. Everybody here, you have no idea what you're in for right now. If you've not heard of Sheila the Print Nerd, I promise you, you will after this is done. Sheila is a remarkable, remarkable young lady. She is currently a student at Toronto Metro University. Some of you may have known it as Ryerson, but we don't call it Ryerson anymore. It's Toronto Metro University, TMU. And Sheila is working with the um, Print Scholarship Fund uh, to put a series of videos together to try and entice high schoolers to consider print as a career as they're making the decision of which colleges or universities to apply to. So I just scratched the surface. Sheila, welcome, welcome, welcome to Girls Who Print, to Girls Who Print Canada, International Women's Day. Please tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what you're studying, how you got involved in this whole thing. Like, just go to town because, like I said, it's an amazing story.
Thank you, Joanne. So, hi everyone. My name is Sheila Siagian. So, I tell you my last name there. And I'm actually currently in my second year in graphic communication management in TMU, which is used to be Ryerson. And how I got into the print nerd is actually through the Canadian Print Scholarship. So, last summer, I'm fortunate to win the biggest scholarship that they offer. And Steve, which is the executive there, he reached out to me and give me this proposal if I want to become the print nerd and to kind of promote the industry. And absolutely, I say yes on the spot. I was like, yeah, I want people to know that there's a lot of opportunities in our industry, not just maybe like what they see, like graphic design and stuff. So from that on, we start having conversation back and forth with everyone, even with other people in the industry and even the board from the Canadian Print to kind of see the feedback and everything. And yeah, from that on, we started a journey. We go to different plants, we recorded, we filmed, and now it's a series that you can see on
I love
LinkedIn
it.
and YouTube. Yeah.
Um, when at some point when I'm talking, if you can head into the chat and put in
Yeah.
the URL for YouTube and for LinkedIn where folks can watch his videos, I probably should have had a video queued up so that we could share an example. I don't know if that's something we can do behind the scenes. I don't want to put Deborah in even more of a panic. But I really, really encourage. I saw one that you did with the TI group, which is another
Mhm.
I had the privilege of doing a tour there not that long ago. And in fact, we're going to be hearing a little bit more from the TI group with Girls Who Print Canada. Shh, more to come on that. But no, Renee took me on the tour. It was amazing. I saw that video you posted. That was my introduction to you. That was the first video that I saw of yours, which was incredible. How many videos have you done so far?
So far, I think we have 12, but we're
Wow.
planning to do more. There's more to come. There's more to come. Yeah.
What what was from the first video you did to the last video you've done so far, have there been a lot of changes? Has your perspective of the print industry changed, or how you're seeing yourself within the
Mhm.
industry?
I guess for the first one, I was really thinking about like the structure. How do I bring this to make it kind of interesting and stuff? But once after I plan tours like everywhere and see different kind of like technologies around, even from Cobra, Spicers and everything, I don't really think about the kind of how to make it look interesting because it's already interesting itself from the technology. So what I did and Steve did, we don't really talk about it before we go to the plant, but we just like kind of wing it. We go there, we see what they have, and we see like, oh, this is cool. And I just wing it off. And it's a hit because I'm actually showing kind of my own interest to the technologies rather than being kind of, oh, this is kind of set off. You're making this like written off. No, I do it from my gut. Like I was just like, oh, this is so cool, guys. Like whatever, blah 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 blah. So I think it just really shows my personality after a few videos, and I guess that's how it makes it unique. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. What's been the reaction from some of your fellow students, your friends? Are you like getting the royal treatment now? Are you a big star on campus?
Not really, but they like to bring it up. They're print nerd to printer, but I'm like, it's like my alter ego, I call it. But it's funny. I love
Oh.
it.
What has been the coolest, most amazing thing that you've seen so far in all of the tours that you've done?
I would say when I went to Kober, they had this like tech, like this machine that keeps on bringing us stuff. I've never seen it anywhere, so that was interesting. And also, they have like they have really big automation that because like in school we do it like manually, and I was
Oh
like
yeah.
when I was there, I was like, wow, you can do this automate it, and I was like, in school I have to do it like manually, but that was really interesting, and yeah, I was like, my mind was changed, my view was changed. I was like, ooh, this is nice.
It's so cool. And there is something to be said about knowing how to do things manually
Yeah,
because when the automation breaks down or shuts down,
you have to do
the
it
work still
manually.
needs to be done. So you have to be able to do it manually. And your manually and my manually are two very, very different solar systems. So, well, so those of you who are experienced like me will understand when we, the whole Ruby Lith and all of that stuff now. It's just, you know, not even done today. All right. What does making your move mean to you as you prepare for the next step in your career? And how has
Hmm.
being Sheila the Print Nerd influenced that decision?
I think for me, making my own move is being proactive in terms of like learning, exploring, and being out there in the industry, especially as a student, right? All we do is kind of learn in class or in the lab, but just making the move to be out there, like searching for opportunities, not waiting for the opportunity to come to you, but to actually kind of like reach out for the opportunity. Because it's a we're all in the same like cycle. Like we have the same opportunity, but like would you want to go out and grab the opportunity and actually work for it kind of thing. So that's really what making your move is for me, because that's how I got the opportunities that I got. And I think it's really important to kind of reach out to the industry, even through LinkedIn or even through like like cold emailing and everything. That's really important. Even though you don't get answered, at least you tried kind of thing. And yeah, making my move, especially with the print nerd, is I just want to bring back to the community again, the also the industry, because it's a big industry, and I want more students, more younger people to kind of know the industry, that it's not dead and it's actually evolving every time. So yeah.
What happens when you have conversations with, do you get to go to some of the high schools and talk to the students, or is it just the video series for now?
For now, it's the video series, but I would actually, if I get an opportunity to go to high schoolers, I would. I would even go to my old high school, but we haven't planned yet. But yeah,
Phase two, phase two.
phase
Maybe
two,
Steve and
phase
I
two.
have to put our heads together for
I can talk to Steve.
the next step. Um,
Yeah.
okay, what skill or experience do you want to gain next to help you move forward?
I would like to gain more hands-on experience with like the side of the production of the print, especially like finishing workflow and press operations. Because currently as a student, I'm learning it, but I would love to be actually hands-on. Because how would you learn if you don't touch it? If you, it's the tactile experience that holds you back, right? So understanding the technical process also helps a lot throughout the process, throughout the designing process, everything process. And even as a printer, if I don't know how to kind of work the machine or the whole workflow, how am I going to explain it to others? So yeah,
I,
sort of.
just the way your brain functions at such a young age. Like I'm reading even in the chat, Kelly wrote, Sheila's LinkedIn looks more impressive as a college student than mine does after 32 years in the industry. Masterclass
Really.
piece. Sheila, I think you're going to be very, very busy when this is done, but I call dibs on Sheila before anybody gets to hire her.
Joanne did,
Um,
Joanne did.
I know, take a number. What opportunity would most help you move forward?
um Opportunity that would help, it's I think for me, it's to work closely with like professional in the print product environment, because especially having mentors is really important. As a young like student, I think we're kind of lost sometimes, right? We don't know what industry we want to go. Do I want to do publishing? Do I want to do printing? Do I want to do like there's a lot of opportunities that we can do, but which one is specific? So having to work closely with a professional in the print product environment and having them as a mentor is really important because it helps not only for me as like my future jobs, but it also helps me understand the industry. Like they can help me bring me to the tours, understand me what they're working on, and just being open on what they know and share the knowledge is really important, I think. But yeah.
I think, and we all know that, and I'm sure Kelly, if she hasn't already spoken about it, will speak about it again. The mentor mentee program that Girls Who Print offers. If you're not involved with that at all, Sheila, Kelly, this is like connect with Sheila because she's a rock star. I have one more question, and I'm looking at the clock, and I think we're doing awesome here. This one, I'm not sure if this is going to be an easy one to answer. For me, it would be really, really, really hard. But whose career do you admire, whether it's in or out? And you can choose one in and one out if you like, but most importantly, why?
Oh, this is hard. There's not like a specific that I admire. It's more like a general picture because I like to see
Okay.
like bigger kind of stuff. I think I'm in like I admire the lives of like professional who've committed their lives to advancement in our print industry because there's we see a lot of advancement like even from me going to print like plants. I've seen like the old printers, the old press, to even like in Cobra, like the high technology and all the stuff. And I really admire to people who made that. Like you made the change to kind of help print to evolve, not only from like we see like the old stuff, but to the new stuff. And that really helps a lot of people to kind of get into the industry and also learn more things. So print is never gonna be like, oh, it's boring. You just learn how to print this machine and it's done. No, but it keeps on evolving. The technology is like advancing. So every day we're learning a lot of stuff, even as like press operators. So I think those people who make it the advancement of the machines and everything in the workflow of print is really amazing for me. Because without them, we're not gonna learn more stuff every day. But because of them, I'm learning a lot of stuff too, every single day. So yeah.
Ah, that's amazing. Before we run out of time, Deborah, I know you've got some questions for Sheila, so jump on in because I can't even imagine like what's going. I don't know how much you know about Sheila or if you've watched any of her videos, but yeah, have at
Okay, Kelly, you could jump on too, I'm sure. We have a student panel
it.
coming up. We love talking to students. Okay, I have a
Yes.
really interesting, well, I have a question for you, and I'm really interested in your perspective on
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you said that you won a scholarship, correct, to go
Yes.
to school. Okay. And by the way, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
A lot of a lot of the issues in getting students who are fortunate enough to be able to go to university, however that may happen, is that if their parents are involved, they're like, uh, I'm not spending $40,000, $50,000 a year for you to have a career in print. Like, so what? How would you frame the industry speaking to the parents?
Parent. I think it's how we kind of sell it. Because so I went to a packaging symposium a few weeks ago, and we were like wondering as like we asked one of the speakers, can you imagine a world without packaging, without print? And then he's like, no. Like if you think about it, the water bottle that it holds a whole holds of water with because it's a print. There's like plastic in it. There's like water bottle in it. So I guess it's really we got to show the parents of like what you can do with print. There's a lot of things. Your books, like parents read books, newspaper, like who prints newspaper, right? Or even like tissue paper. Like how are you gonna bring tissue without like the whole packaging itself? So there's a lot of things that you see packaging every day. So the parents need to know that the industry is actually alive. Like you can do a lot of things. Your daughter, your son, your like kids, you can do a lot of things. So it's a really, really good industry. And I think there's a lot of opportunities after graduate to for like the students to get jobs.
Yeah. I think that that is actually an excellent perspective because you're right. If you're going to ask a parent, and let's assume that they're in their late 30s, I mean, I don't, they're in their 40s, late 30s by the
Mhm.
time kids are going to school or whatever that might be. So they have an idea of what they
Yeah.
think print is. It's the
Yeah.
useless stuff that comes in my mailbox. It's killing trees. So you're absolutely right that it has to the breadth of the industry has to be shown and explained that it's not just the stuff that you don't like
Yeah.
coming in your mailbox.
Email.
Like go outside and I'm not really one of those like, look, print is everywhere person. But in this case, I think it actually is a great solution. Kelly?
Yeah, I am very interested in your viewpoints because you're right, Deborah. We're having these same conversations at the trade high school that I'm on the board of their graphics program. That the parents are telling the kids, no, go study HVAC, go study electrical. And so I wonder, Sheila, if some statistical information might help too. Like it's a $400 billion industry, like that it is a growing, I mean, that there are some statistics that
Mhm.
show some growth, the number of people employed, the median earnings and things like that to because you're right, that's the thing that people are worried about, especially here in the States, is how expensive college is. Are we ever going to see a return on this? But I think I agree with Deborah that your viewpoint of just continuing the messaging we do within the industry to
Yeah.
our customers and prospects is like almost treating the parents as another constituency, right?
Basically, yeah.
Another audience that, and there's a lot of people that need to do this work outside,
I
right?
know.
It's not just up to Girls Who Print to do this. The
It's
manufacturers
everyone.
should be doing this. The scholarship foundation should be doing
Hmm.
this, right? There's a lot of people that could be amplifying this message about the
Absolutely. Yeah.
validity and viability of the career.
Yeah. It is hard because even for my mom, when I first came in, she's like, "So what do you do in school?" So I had to re-explain it. I'm like, actually, I do all of this stuff. And then after I like told her like a lot of stuff I do is actually what you see every day, she understands. And she's like, "Oh, that's really, really cool. You can do a lot of things." And I'm like, "Yeah, we can do a lot of things after I graduate because we learned all this stuff in the industry." So yeah.
We should have a parents open house.
Oh,
Imagine having the
Seriously,
parents
that's
come
actually
into
a
a
great
print shop.
idea.
Oh my gosh, we should totally do that.
Okay, TM, Sandy, I'm TMing that. Um, okay, so I have one more question if I
mhm.
may. Um, I'm not sure how long you've been in the conference, but we have in the beginning, I gave a list of unfortunate stats that shows globally the results of being women in the workplace and
Mhm.
women in male dominated industries. And there are some obstacles that we do face that gentlemen don't. And but that hasn't doesn't seem to have stopped you from having this passion. So what makes you, let's say, willing to deal with that? Or as a Gen Zer, are you like, I'm not dealing with that. I will set these people straight right away.
I would say the second option. I would set people straight because like if it is a male like if it's a male dominant industry, I'm gonna show that I can do whatever they can. I can do more what like whatever they can. And honestly, even in my year, I see more like I think statistically I see more women in my year. So I would say there's a growth in girls in print also, which is really, really good. We need that. We need girl power to be in the print. And I even see like all the graduates is also who I know is are like girls and they're thriving in their like companies and stuff. So yeah, I would just say that I would just keep on my passion and show that I can do what they can and even more.
Okay. I have one more follow-up to
Yes,
that.
yes, 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 yes. Thank you.
Okay. I'm not trying to talk you out of joining
Yes.
the industry, but I just want to get more advice from you. Okay. You're absolutely correct. When we look at all the graphic communication programs, and they are stacked with
Mm-hmm.
women, stacked. I remember going to Clemson once, and I think there were two guys in the
Oh.
entire class there. The issue is, if they even make it into the printing industry, they don't stay. They end up going somewhere else. So I want your best advice on what you would need to feel comfortable at a company in order to learn and see where your career could go from there. But your first job, how would you need to be welcomed, let's say? And what would keep you there?
I think having a good like environmental support, like if not even in the company, like for example, Girls Who Print, you guys are combining from everywhere in the world, and having that support that there's other people, Girls Who Print, who's in the printing industry would really help me when I got my first if I got my first job. If I'm like struggling in a male dominant industry, I'll be like, oh, there's other girls who's also in the print, and I can ask them for advice. Hey, what do I do? Especially who work in the print industry longer than me. So having that community is really important. Not even it doesn't have to be in the company, even if it's out of the company, like you guys. So I think help having that connection with like on older people who work in the company and giving advice and vice versa is really helpful, especially for young students who's going to graduate and going to this different kind of companies. That were really helpful for like the girls. Yeah.
Excellent. Joanne, Kelly, any other questions?
I could talk to Sheila all day. And I know, there are a couple folks from TMU who are on the call. Reem is here. I know Donna was here. Steve, who we've been mentioning, is
Steve
on the
just
call.
jumped in. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so just thank you for introducing Sheila to the print industry, for conceptualizing this entire program around Sheila the Print Nerd and this video series. I think we need more Sheilas doing what Sheila is doing, and I think if we can start that even as a movement, I challenge all the girls who print to find their own Sheila and do what Sheila's doing,
What would
and
Sheila do?
it will do what would Sheila do. I think that's our motto.
Kels?
Well, yeah, one of the things that I love about your generation so much, Sheila, and your cohort in schools around that we've known is the fact that I hope you see that you have a role to play, not just as getting a mentor, but as being a mentor too. You talked about the opportunity to go back and talk to your high school. Deborah, in my inbox, and Mackenzie, if you're on the call, mwah, 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 just graduated, was our rising star last year, has her own podcast that she does with Tara Seth called Talk More Print. She just signed up to be a mentor at Girls Who Print,
Oh.
right? It is, they don't wait for anything. She's like, I'm a big
Mhm.
girl and I work now. I can be a mentor. Yes, you can. And so can you, Sheila. And so this is
Mhm.
what I love, love, love about your generation. You understand, and I've met the other students in other places say the same thing. They're worried about the young people behind them.
Mhm.
They're such a deep caring, and I just am so grateful to you for that, and just thank you. And we are here to support you and help you in every way that we can, and we are going to lean on you too. It's a
Yeah.
two-way street. So
Thank
thank
you.
you so
I would
much.
I would also say, Kelly, I think that's such a great point. And what I would say is that to the business owners out there, to the top level management, you want to get mentored by Sheila to help you understand how to attract, maintain, and support people like her, women like her, girls who print like her across their careers, because we as everybody said, we need people like Sheila. Thank you, Canada. Yay, Canada. Yay, everybody. Thank you to Steve for sending those emails and getting Sheila on our radar, although Joanne already knew who she was. I didn't down
All because of
here.
Steve. Steve Falk.
All because of you.
It's amazing. The Girls Who Print Canada is an amazing resource. There's actually a dedicated Girls Who Print Canada LinkedIn group, which everybody can join. Just search Girls Who Print Canada. And very, very shortly, Girls Who Print Canada will have its own section of the Girls Who Print website. I've had things to do. She's like clapping,
Yeah,
there.
I know. We're pushing forward.
Yes. So I think it's fantastic that, you know, that your own community serving your own needs is there, but for conversations like this that affect everybody, we can all come together. Thank you all so much.